just let it flow. But I know you got loads to say today, as you were mentioning. We set up. Cool. Welcome to episode 3 of the Art Meets Music podcast. I'm joined by Jay King and Adian. How you guys doing?
You sweet, bro.
Yes.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
No
Thanks for
worries,
having
man.
us, bro.
It's been a minute.
I'm hanging. I'm going to declare that one now. So forgive
What was
me.
that last night?
Oh, right.
Sign off.
Okay. Yeah, so like give us some intros on yourselves and
Yes.
what you do and your craft and everything like
Jay
that.
King, the artist, your favourite artist. Painter of pictures. And just a modern day artist, bruv.
Mhm.
Modern day visual artist. And creator.
Mm.
Probably the easiest way I could put it.
Right.
Without going into bare details.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adian Coker. I rap, produce, write songs. Just creative,
Mm.
Yeah.
you know. Any visuals, videos are dope. Yeah, anything.
Oh, sick
creative.
visuals, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Where are they now? Are they
But
still on
I
YouTube?
got still on YouTube, but the stuff we got coming next.
I'm not too sure if I tried to look for. I think Cream's still out there.
Cream's still there. Everything's still there. Everything's
But you
still
got some on Vimeo
yeah, some of
that
them.
I saw. His visuals, like, godly. That's
Oh,
like,
thank you.
they're like
Dope.
sick, proper sick. So a question I ask all the guests is like, how'd you get started in your craft? Even though it's a long one,
Bro, it's a long...
but we've got time.
You
so
sure?
Yeah, we've got time. So if it lasts,
Go ahead, bro. Go
you
ahead.
know. So like, talk about like your stages from when you started, why you started, essentially.
See, like with me with art, like art is the thing that as a youth, it's one of the things you're encouraged to do, innit? From young, like just sit a kid down, give him a piece of paper, a pen,
Very true.
some crayons, and just let them go wild, regardless of if the drawing's good or bad. Like we encourage kids to draw, so I guess it must have started then, just like being a youth, drawing, but enjoying it, and I guess having some kind of talent and ability with it, and then being encouraged to do it more. So yeah, it started from a kid, bro. I used to just draw, you know, like The Simpsons, Sonic, Beano,
Yeah,
the
all of that
legends.
stuff. Yeah, man, I used to draw that stuff. And then like when I was in secondary school though, like when I was in year 7 and year 8, I used to draw pictures and sell them in the playground. I used to draw Dragon Ball Z pictures and sell them.
I did that as well. Yeah, I used to do that.
Yeah,
But I was a tracer.
I swear.
I was just tracing Dragon Ball Z pictures.
Me and H used to run that. That was our hustle.
Yeah,
And just go get Kit Kats and a Fanta
sick.
after school, innit? And
Yeah.
then, so it was always a thing of mine. Like it was always a thing I enjoyed doing and wanted to do. I wanted to draw Beano comics when I was a kid. And then I guess it was just a case of trying to find the opportunities to do it. And then like fast forward a couple years, I've gone to uni to study animation.
Sick.
So I wanted to make cartoons. Graduated, and then I wanted to be freelance, and I didn't want to go into work in the industry or for a company. So I wanted to be independent. So I was trying to find work in animation field, which proved a lot harder than I expected, mainly because like when it comes to being commissioned independently to do animation, like a lot of the time the people that I was coming across, like the potential clients, didn't have the I guess the knowledge of animation. So also that kind of means that the knowledge of how long the process would take.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to find paid work that was actually worth my time. And that kind of took me into doing the more illustration stuff. And secretly, like, people were kind of happy with either animation or an illustration, but they wanted it for the same kind of price. So I thought, like, I might as well do illustration stuff. It's a lot easier. Then I went from animation to illustration, and then from illustration into the where I'm now, which is like the fine art paintings, the more traditional stuff. That was like the shortened version.
Yeah, that's calm.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a longer version.
There's a longer version still. but
Yourself,
yeah.
bro?
Yeah, man. Music started with, I guess, classical guitar, bro. When I was in primary school, so like, what's that, 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
7, 10, yeah.
Miss, what's her name? Miss Searle or something like that. I remember she had me in that room, wouldn't let me out of that room doing them little romances, classical guitars. But before, yeah, just music. I was always a rap. I can't really remember like my parents or my mum even. She would sing, go to church and sing and that, but I'd be up in the morning early when she'd go to her cleaning job. I'd just be up listening to music. It was just, I just vibe with music like that.
Yeah.
And then went to school, and I think it was around like 13. Do you know Beat Freaks?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Beat Freaks. So me and Uchi, I went to school with him, and he's his older brother, but Uchi was in my year. We were in a group we started a group called TNC or something like that. And we used to do like, I used to make the beats. Mr. Swan put us in, make the beats, and he used to be a spitter. He's very good as well. And so started like that, and then I was in care. I was in foster care for a long time. So I just never used to go home really, because I just was like, you can imagine what it was like in it. So to just be out on road or at school. I used to get to school proper early, be in a music room, not leave school till like 6 and whatever. And at the time, I didn't really know that the teachers knew that I was in care. Obviously, they would know. So they would, like from them ages, I wouldn't really go. I was smart anyway, but I wouldn't really go to classes because I'd just be making music, just banging it. Go home, listen to Eminem, listening to Fabulous, write bars like them, come back to school, make the beat, record it like them, spitting like Eminem.
Sick.
Yeah. And then fast forward, I went to uni, did English, but at the same time, still doing music, still like working with different people in the area. Budgie, my guy, we used to make beats together. Actually, shout out Budgie, he just got a cut on the Kanye West album.
Sick.
Yeah. So that's dope. And then left uni, met this guy who, it just became like a real mentor for me. We don't vibe no more because whatever, but life, yeah. But then went and started working in his studio, or just like working along with him, and that carried me to my first meeting DJ Target, first play there and whatever, and then Young World 2013. Fast forward, signed a little deal, Kitsune 2017, toured, Neo Tour, all of that stuff. I haven't released anything for nearly 2 years now. Just been producing, but that's where we are now.
Okay. What's been you guys' biggest challenges in like your field, like for you in art, in terms of what's going on in the scene now? I'm gonna come to you as well, just talking about how people perceive your style of hip hop from what it is in this scene right now. So I'll start with you in art.
I'd say see, when I first started doing I'll talk about the art stuff, and when I first started doing I guess fine art, it was all digital. So at the time, I'd approach galleries and exhibitions and whatnot, and there's a gallery in Portobello that I approached, and the person I spoke to on the phone, this was like really early days, isn't it? But they was like, "Oh, that piece is dope." It was a piece I did like a couple of years ago, like a gun finger, and then the hand turns into a gun. And she was like, "Yeah, this piece is dope. Like, they'd be interested in taking it on and like selling prints of it on their site." And she was like, "How big is it?" I was like, "It's kind of as big as you want it to be." She was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, it's digital." Then she was like, "Oh no, man, we wouldn't be able to take on a digital piece. It'd have to be hand painted or whatever." I didn't know at the time there was other techniques that you could have done, like printed it with and added like some finishing touches, which could have potentially changed that whole conversation. As I said, it was quite early on. So that was a challenge for me at the beginning, was trying to get, I guess, people that were in the quote unquote art scene to take the digital work that I was doing serious. And that was like one of the first times I saw it firsthand, like, we like this piece, we would potentially take it on. Actually, no, we can't because it's all done digitally. There was that. So that's kind of like what pushed me into wanting to get into the fine art, like the painting side of things, because I wanted my work to be taken more serious, innit? So I thought, I've kind of got to evolve with it. What else can I think of now? It's kind of been like a little challenge for me. Do you know, also like, it's the subjects and the content on my work. So my work is very like heavily orientated around like black, urban, street, hip hop culture. And again, in these like art organizations and establishments, I've had conversations where it's like, this portrait you've done on Nipsey Hussle is dope. The concept of it is dope with the re-educated and the equations and whatnot and the symbols. But again, like this subject, the muse that you've used isn't someone that we would think that our clientele would be interested in. So
is
like,
this more like white establishments?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't believe in our culture and think it's valuable enough to be into their galleries and stuff like that.
The concept, they liked it. From the conversations we had in it, they could have just been waffling, but the concept, they liked it. The style of it, they liked. But it was literally the subject matter, the actual muse I used. If it was a Kate Moss or
Elton John,
yeah, it would have had a much, I guess they would have been a lot more interested in taking it on.
You know what's crazy though is that I feel you, but our culture, black culture, is the biggest thing in the world right now.
100%.
So it's interesting. I think it must be the specific establishment, because, you know, like Apple for iPhone, the biggest billboards in Shoreditch were two dark skin, like darker than all of us here. Models on the side of you know the big iPhone, and when I saw that I was like, right, this was last year. I was like, right, so he and Nipsey passed away when, like, early this year, innit? So I'm like, that's crazy, because Apple, one of the biggest companies, you know, in the world on Google, so that's just small mindedness actually,
100%.
because if there's anything that sells these days, it's black culture.
But that's to certain markets, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there is that
but fine art is different.
Art market where we kind of have an idea of what you think would sell. Like very popular muses like Marilyn Monroe, way more than a bloody Lauryn Hill,
for sure.
Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of like something I've had to that I've been faced with, and just kind of have to make the decision of, do I continue to go down the route I was going and do what kind of I want to do naturally, or do you kind of
compromise
a
essentially
little bit, to try and get into certain establishments? But I've just kept it true to what I just wanted to do in it.
I think it makes sense though, because like your stuff is recognized, like it's all over here and stuff like that. I wouldn't say compromise just to fit an establishment, unless that is the path you want to go through. Do you know what I mean? But if it's your path, I think you can make enough noise online and how people support you by pushing those concepts.
Definitely. Because
it's like, essentially, like even from your last show, you're building a strong audience anyway. Do you know what I mean? We want certain establishments to recognize us, but I think that's just to get into that upper echelon of buyers and recognize work. But I think due to the internet, it's like we can achieve that ourselves essentially.
Yeah, bro. And in real life, like we put on events now, and the culture and it's like the scene with art is growing, isn't it? It's growing every day, so there is more and more opportunities to sell work, to make money, to make a living off it, and we just need to kind of embrace it ourselves.
Do you think urban art is respected by the mainstream?
No, I wouldn't say so, you know. You might have a couple here and there that are, but I think on a whole, I can't say it is.
Is Banksy an urban artist though?
We'd be a street artist, but when in terms of like the word urban,
that's the thing. That's the problematic word.
He's really saying black.
So I'm using the palatable word.
We're talking about, innit?
Like black. Or let's say black artists.
Because if you say urban, I'm like that. Street that's urban. You know.
So let's reframe that. Black artist.
Because if he was black, if Banksy was black, I'm not sure.
He probably is black anyway, but we don't even know.
Nah, I don't know.
Even though we don't know, but
the access is different. Bro.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, we're talking about that's the word, and like how to describe it. We're talking about like black street hood from the ends, like start you seeing Top Boy.
Yeah.
Like to put it more specific, if we want to narrow it down.
Sure.
So like you got someone like Banksy, who's a street artist, graffiti artist, I guess originally, with political
slant,
messages and statements, and extremely popular, possibly one of the most popular, most well-known artists. So, but yeah, like there's I can't remember what the point was. What was I saying again?
Well, not using the word urban, black art.
Yeah,
Is black art
cool.
like respected by the mainstream? Like,
I don't know, because it's weird. It's like what the scene that I think art that I think I'm a part of is so different to the mainstream and your traditional art. Like it's very heavily influenced by music, very heavily influenced by like the hip hop culture, but like the UK culture as well. Like what we've got over here is very heavily influenced by that. Like, and maybe it needs more time to grow. Yeah. But we need to just within ourselves, like just kind of take control of it and not really need to look for respect anywhere else. As long as we can get it cracking here and do something like man, we can all be good.
No, I feel solid. Yeah. Yourself, hip hop, music challenges.
I think the biggest challenge I've had from day one, it's not a challenge anymore, I guess, but day one with the platforms. Yeah. So I came out before, I'm a pre-Spotify artist, as it were. So when I came out, I had like Semtex, I had all the publications, I got all my press was great, but the infrastructure to push my, like Cream was my first song that I did. It's like, yo, where does that go in the UK? Yeah. You know? Yeah. Airs and Graces, all of that kind of stuff.
That's crazy. It's like you're ahead of your time, I'm not even gonna lie.
But it's, you know what I mean? Where does it?
What like year was that?
2013. That's when.
Who else was out?
So at coming out,
Tiny was out.
So it was my sound was what the sound, not the sound of alternative hip hop in like Koji's, like Shay Lingo. That was what I was doing then. Yeah. Okay. So the platform, they're like, Spotify made it super accessible for artists to put out music for everybody of any genre. But at the time, you know, I took Suicide Drive to radio, and you know, I get some spot plays.
That was a hard track, bro.
Thank you. I get some spot plays, but it's like, yo, this isn't for mainstream radio. This isn't for daytime, so all the play would be in the evening. I'm not bemoaning that, because you know, I'm grateful for it's the journey, innit? It's just that at the time we weren't ready for the music that I was making. And if you look at other artists that may not, like Etta, she's only just done her big tour. I came out around Joel Compass. All of those people that I came out with are only really in the past few years starting to. I only signed my first deal 2 years ago. Yeah. Because at the time, the platforms, they weren't there for the kind of music. Anything to the left that wasn't mainstream in that way didn't really fit in. And I think that's the biggest challenge I've had. Okay. I've had in terms of cutting through. Because listen to the music that we listen to now in the UK as well. Yeah. So different. And the way we listen to music now is so different. Yeah. You know, it wasn't like that back then.
No, it makes sense. I mean, artists like yourself, Shay Lingo, Koji, I always feel like it's a longer burn for artists like yourselves, because it's like, if it's not drill, grime, that's just straightforward, it's a slow burn. It's only now it's like we're seeing more of Shay Lingo, like he's doing brand deals with Foot Locker, BET, and I think those are like amazing things. But like a lot of artists that I meet that are similar to you guys, they don't have the patience for it because they want it instantly. Now. Do you think that's because of they don't have a team, or is it the patient game? Yeah. Or the team in the sense of a team that doesn't understand what it is, if you get what I mean? Because a team now is going to think we need to make a drill record, all these things. They can see that infrastructure, but a team that doesn't see this infrastructure but has to build it along the way.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's very much down to the individual as well, you know? Like your team can tell you you're going to do this, but if you're like, nah, man, I can't do this, I can't take this route, I can't keep going, because it's demoralizing sometimes if you're trying to, and then you see, you got to have like tunnel vision, man, because you know how it is. Everybody else's path is different. You know, they might be ahead of you or whatever as you perceive it. So if you're looking over there and that man's doing this, and you're like, rah, I've done, you might not have the stomach to just keep going.
Yeah.
I feel like, patience you just have to have patience and resilience, man. Because as with yourself, it takes years. Especially if you want longevity.
Yeah.
Because the cyclical nature of music, that in next year, the black sound, I'm sure it's not going to be be that. But when I was at uni, 2009.
Limp Bizkit era.
That's what I'm saying. It changes in cycles.
Yeah.
So if you're an artist that does music of that time, and that's the only music that you do, when that period of time changes, what do you do then? Do you try and adapt and become a different artist? Because that's hard to do. Because when you're going to shows and you've been doing drill music and then you start doing reggaeton, because that's bro, who's coming to the shows? You know what I'm saying? So if you're an artist that has always been left, it will take a long time, but when it does cut through, you've already got your niche in it. You've got your fan base. They're solid. They're staying with you regardless of whatever is playing on the radio. So I mean, you just gotta, as long as you can, man, and as long as it makes financial sense, as long as your mental health is stable, because you don't want to push through to a point where you're just making yourself unwell because it's so it's so frustrating, so hard to do. So
No, it makes sense. I saw a question from Migos' director, Flex Daps, his name's Flex Daps? Yeah. So he put out, I'm paraphrasing, that the UK didn't show love to his ideas and everything like that until he went to America. He showed them the same ideas and they loved it, and he ended up, doing big things. Do you feel like the UK, one, is the UK sleeping on a lot of talent, and two, do you think Americans show love to us quicker?
I don't know. They kind of do in some aspects, but then you got the Americans that just slate and absolutely hate things that come from over here.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to like more decision makers, and people more willing to take risks,
that's a good point.
I think like you get maybe more people willing to take risks there. And I've experienced it. Well, I experienced something with my latest body of work. There's a project that I'm working on that's got picked up by basically the series that I do, that black and white portrait series, got picked up by someone. I don't want to go into too much details about it because I'm like
Sanderton.
Yeah.
But it's got picked up by someone over there who saw
Stateswise,
LA, who saw the concept for exactly what I was pushing it for, and really trying to get behind it. Whereas like I've been trying to force it in people's faces over here, and it's got an adult response, but the actually like really grasping the concept, and trying to run with it. That my first like push of that has come from over there, which as much as that might not make no sense, I'm not really trying to get into detail.
Nah, bro, I
understand.
understand.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, like you drop an album or whatever, and then like you got like a proper concept behind it, that it's just not, it's clicking, but like like when people say, oh, just wait for that one person to X, Y, Z, that you just wait and it's gonna come and just open the door. It's not. It's a more kind of like, it feels like that's gonna come from over there now, more so than here. For sure. I think the way you put it about the decision makers, for sure. But now the more I think about it, it's the public too, man. I think people are more open-minded over there. So, and also, it's much bigger. Yeah, it might just be a case of numbers, isn't it?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got more people who have more money and are able to invest in something, and that's like, yo, I'm just gonna dash a little something here, or just take a risk on that project there, or whatever, because it's just bigger and there's just more people with more money, I guess, or more opportunity, more. And also, I think it's a mindset of, I've been to America 3 times this year. I'm going back over there in a couple of weeks because there's so much opportunity over there. And what we know, everybody says about America, it's the land of opportunity. These are the same people that have come from wherever they're like African Americans in it, so they don't even know where they're from. But it's the idea of America is the place where you go to make it. Doesn't matter what state, LA, New York, you know, you can go anybody, any color, even though there's huge racial disparities and whatever. But you can, Jay-Z is Jay-Z, bro, and that's in America. We don't have a Jay-Z over here. But the opportunity, so they see, like, giving an opportunity to another black man is like, yo, that's how I got my opportunity. I got my opportunity from another black guy who came and gave me, and then he's gonna give that opportunity. Like, and I feel like over here, it's just only recently, especially look at the scene. I'm talking about the music scene. Only recently, in the last 2 years, have people really, really clocked on. Like, oh, yo, if I work with everybody, it's, you know, in America, you see when they put music out, if the artist is bubbling, doesn't matter if they're terrible, they're featured on a record, bro. Like the label, or be like, oh yeah, and everybody's like, maybe not friends, inverted commas, but everybody works with everybody because they realize how that just grows the movement. So it's about people taking those opportunities and seeing that giving another person an opportunity can help you, and, you know, help them at the same time. I feel like, and that's just not something that we do as freely over here, maybe.
So how comes like they managed to develop a mind state as a nation?
But I think it goes as a nation because it's the land of, maybe not so as much here. America is the place of immigrants. Who's the indigenous population apart from in the deep south? Irish, Italian, African American, Armenian, all of these different, and they're like, and don't forget that they're Irish, but it's Irish American, Italian American. So they like, if you ask me where I'm from, I've grown up here. I was born in Sierra Leone. I'll tell you Sierra Leone, bro. I'm from Sierra Leone, man. Like, I've lived here all my life, but I'm Sierra Leonean. Whereas you ask a black American, say, yeah, I'm American, bro. I'm African. Like they because that place is the place where their opportunities lie. Their parents came and they became American. When your parents come here, do they become British?
No, not really.
You know what I'm saying? We don't identify that way. So you can't identify with that country, and because there is so much opportunity over there for people to, like, Obama happened in America, bro. That's not happening over here anytime soon. So I feel like it's just in a mindset of, no matter where you're from, you might get killed by the police, but that same person, it's true, but that same person could become a millionaire. The scale of that happening over here isn't as high.
The risk and the reward, isn't it?
That's how I feel about it.
I feel that. I hear that.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like going to the States more time, like just to take a bigger risk. Because I feel like they'll see like my vision clear in terms of what I'm trying to do. Like, it's here, it's just like, I'll know that I may reach this massive people, but if I don't compromise or do something, then it's not gonna hit. Whereas theirs is because it's just like, black people support, not say black people don't support black people here, but black people really support black people in the States. You know what I mean? There's like it's mass, because I think it comes from I think because they feel their oppression more. If that makes any sense, they feel it more because it comes from slavery, and the history it speaks for itself. So it's like they're forced to be like, we need to raise everyone with a black business up. Do you know what I mean?
I feel you. I feel like in the past year or so, that's definitely become something that's coming more to the forefront of black people in the UK. Even to myself, I've definitely been for black people. I'm black, unquestionably. I'm from the hood, like, you know, and maybe my environments have changed a little bit, but I still move freely. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely now, are there black people involved? Yo, is it black? Yo, it's become so much more important to me. More recently, I don't know whether it's because of the age that I'm at or whatever. Just
a mix of things, age,
you know what I'm saying?
Society, like,
yeah, for sure.
We just seeing the power in coming together and supporting each other, and also seeing that, like, that if we don't support each other, who is gonna then support us? So I think like seeing that and knowing that like, yeah, like if I know if I support you, you've got support in it, but I don't know if you go over there, if you're still
the risk,
do you know what I mean? So let's just support each other, and there is enough. I think we just realizing there is enough like black people that if we supported each other, we could really do some shit, bro. Do you know like that? Like the maths is just.
It's ridiculous. Everybody can eat essentially.
Yeah, it's just maths, bro.
Everybody can eat.
Yeah.
Literally. You know Wiley, like everybody jokes about Wiley, but Wiley's, bro, talks a lot, like you follow him, you see him talking about the village. But it's truth. It's the truth, bro. You're talking about the village. Like, look at it, when you put that thing up about the labels, all the different labels from the black artists that could have been, and everybody signed to big white conglomerates. But I can't lie, I did it too. But you don't see at the time because you're just thinking about the bag. You're thinking about your opportunity. But yo, you put all of those, all the biggest artists in the UK, the majority of them are black. The top 10 is full of black artists. Think about it.
Yeah,
Take that power away from the people that are taking 70% of your money away and whatever. Put it into anybody who is. I'm not just saying do it because they're black, but do it because Stormzy's manager is just a young black guy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know the industry. He fucked his way through. And that's something that we're so good at. And we're blessed with that hustle mentality because we've always had to hustle. You know, I'm like, yo, let's not hustle individually. Let's hustle together, man. Because, you know, like those big conglomerates, they should be run and could be run. And if those opportunities aren't being given by them and being given to people that went to Eton and stuff. That's the thing about the only thing about it is that seeing, like when I see, I'm interested in like politics and all that kind of shit. When I see Diane Abbott and what's his name, the guy, the Streatham guy, Chukwuemeka, and then man, I'm like,
he's the guy who
he
crouches and does his thing.
No.
That guy, you know what I'm talking about?
Is he that one?
Yeah.
Nah, them guys who are in politics, who are part of the Labour Party.
Yeah.
I look at them, I'm like, you don't have to be from the hood. You don't have to be from ends or anything like that. But do you really represent me? You know?
Yeah.
When you get to that point in UK politics, how much are you even in tune with the black experience? You know? You might have. Maybe I don't even know if you came through it. And I think you have to have experienced it to be able to relate to my experience, to your experience, because it's different to the majority of white people's experiences. You know, we're black. So wherever we go, we're still black, bro. Doesn't matter whether you're moving around. I can go on holiday as much as I want. Somebody will give me a funny look in some country, no matter how much money I got. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't leave you. So if I'm in the UK and yeah, there might be a couple of people, I mean, I'm never going to vote Conservative, but there might be a couple of people in the Conservative Party. You went to Eton. As soon as I see that you went to Eton, go and get your education, bro. But I'm like, you don't represent us no more. It's just the skin color that is that's the only thing I can relate to you about. Because now you've become so westernized that you're not even, how I see it, right? Let me just sum up my point. If you're black and you're in a position of power, influence or whatever, it's your responsibility to help other black people or to make the black experience better for them. I think it's your responsibility. Like I don't want to hear anybody talking about I'm not a role model or I'm not. No, yes you are. That's your job because you got to that place and a lot of the time it's might be white people buying the records and all that kind of stuff, but you're still black, bro. You can't wash that off. I'm expecting you to put on, don't put people on. I'm talking about represent that blackness, man. Yeah, that's what I want to see from you. That's what makes me respect you. Feel me?
Yeah. Why? I mean, to follow on from the question, why do you think black people don't support other black people?
I don't think they don't support black people. I think
I've had that experience. Well, not to say all. No, I don't want a blanket statement that. Why do you think we as a culture don't support heavy?
Bro, I think like at times like you're so focused on yourself and getting yourself out of your situation that like, bro, I can't even think about you. And especially when I find that maybe when you're, I won't even really say at the start of the career, or I don't know what part of it is, but there is a part where you're just so focused on you. Everyone just seems like an enemy and a rival, but you I guess you kind of see it in a negative way, like as you said, like there's artists that you say like quite similar in style with what you do in it. You might see like a Koji or a Shay and be like, bro, I can't even, like, whatever they've got on their plate should be mine. And that's an attitude that when you grow and then you learn that we can all eat, it hopefully does change. But I think there is a part of just having a hunger and wanting something so badly that you can't even see anyone else. And I think in like London, well, I could say London actually, because that's where I got all my experiences from. Like, I've realized that like there's so many people doing stuff in it. Like within my like close circle of friends, I've got a you in my friendship group, and I've got a you in my friendship group. So why am I supporting you? Well, I feel like I've got one of them here. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've got him that I need to push. So if I'm seeing, and even as a friend, if I'm seeing someone else that does like an alternative type of hip hop, I'm like, no, I can't even push you, bro. I've got to push Shay. This is my you in my group. And I think like we just have that like that kind of like, it's like a family mentality, but then maybe we don't see everyone as part of the family initially until you realize that we can all eat.
100%. I think also like, you know, growing up, the idea of talking therapy or counselling or something, that's alien to black people.
Instead,
right? I've been going to therapy for the past year, bro. Before, let's say like I was 2017. I remember muting several people's Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on a mute
feed
spirit right
because yo, I was doing a lot, but my head was like, what? And it wasn't a way where it made me feel some way. I'm like, no, I don't like that feeling, bro. You know what? Let me deal with that first, but let me unmute them. Let me mute them first, because I don't want to feel like that. That makes me feel like, rah, how can I not support that person? Especially when I'm in a place where I'm doing good. You know, how can I not support that person? And now I don't feel like that at all, bro. I see somebody, I'm either I like it or I just keep it pushing, bro. And even if the caption says, "Oh, if you don't like this, you're a hate," I'm like, fine, then I'm hating. But I just keep, you know what I'm saying? I just keep it pushing because I don't feel the pressure, and that's so much about how we feel about ourselves individually.
100%.
Like, are you centered? Are you happy? Are you content? Because you know, seeing somebody now, if I see something, I might not feel anything, or I might feel like, all right, I see you. I'm coming. You know what I mean? I'm coming. That competitive spirit, but in a way like, all right, that's dope. Let me push. I see you at the top kind of thing. And I feel like what we lack in the community, in the black community, in our households, are maybe a father, but also parents who do the initial job of therapy, who do the let's have a conversation with your child rather than use the belt as a way of speaking to your child. African therapy. No, that's that African therapy, but it doesn't work. Because my cousin, he got good African therapy still in pen. You know what I'm saying? So that balance, that feeling whole in yourself, we haven't achieved that by the time we get to a stage where we're looking around like, what am I doing? Why is that person doing better than me? We haven't got that centering yet. And even in our communities, in our friendship groups, really it's only been in the last few years that me and my black friends have spoken to each other in the way that we speak to each other now. You know, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, the way we're open with each other now. That wasn't what we were doing before. And the way I used to see my white friends, the way they'd be like talking and gripsing each other. I'm not saying I want the man to grips me, but you know what I'm saying? The openness
right
that
now,
they
my
have.
emotions is flowing with them, and
it's some
flowing.
You will know I love you, bro.
Flowing.
Like, and I guess like when I was growing up, I had a couple of friends that I could have like them chats to always be 3 a.m. Like I don't know what music was playing, and we get into a deep convo, and then, but we're not bringing that up tomorrow.
Trust me.
Like don't bring that up around other people. What we spoke about is me, you, like in a way where it's like I might not even act like this tomorrow.
Trust me.
And that never even happened.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? Don't give me a hug today. What?
Yeah.
Hug yesterday.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Like, do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But now,
Yeah.
like, and I think it's I get it maybe from social media because even though there's so much bullshit on there and there's so much shit being exaggerated and just so much going on, you pick up little bits and it's like,
Trust me.
this, even though it's so hard to actually gauge it, but this mental health thing is really not a joke.
Nah.
100%.
And you don't know, certain men might be using it to sell records. I don't know what like agendas people have, but it's really not a joke.
Trust me.
And like just affection between males is so important. Like, and you start to realize how important it is, and you like how important your sanity and how fragile it is. And you're seeing people committing suicide and turning to drugs and alcohol. And you really, certain times, I sit back and I'm like, bro, like life is not a joke, and this shit's fragile. So you need to talk. You need to get the shit off your chest before you just blow up.
Yeah.
Because I've had a couple of friends who've just literally broken down over the phone about shit, and it's just like, you've had all this bottled in, and now you're just pouring it out. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that pride thing is such a weird thing with males, man. It's like,
I don't think it's even weird, but I think it's normal. Like I was just talking about upbringing. If that's not something you're taught, like if that's not something you learned when you were younger, I can't really expect you to know how to do it.
Yeah, I was so proud of my pride. So proud to be a stubborn, prideful man. Like, so bad. I'm like, yeah, now just hold it in. It's cool. Hold it out. Just hold it in. Just hold it. Just here. I'm not even gonna say nothing about it.
But what didn't that make you angry? Like, as in, how did that manifest itself when you were holding in those feelings?
It made me feel proud to be able to be just
strong African man, like strong.
Stubborn. Nah, it's all right. Like, I'll deal with it. Like, made me proud to feel like that. I thought being stubborn and being prideful was a great quality.
What's the man thing?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Which it's not really like.
No.
There is in some aspects in it. Like, I guess that with like the career, you need to kind of be stubborn, and to just be able to maintain and keep pushing through it and not take a no for answers in certain cases, but like not in a way where it will affect you and affect people around you in your relationships. Like, you really got to start to check yourself.
100%. 100%.
Where to? Is it Ice Cube?
Yeah. So like, how are you dealing with like your mental health currently? Both.
I'm alright still. Yeah, I've got as I said, like, I've got people that when it's time to talk. Yeah, I think I've got a solid like network and support system of people around me.
Sick.
So yeah, I always feel like I'm alright. I've never felt like I'm not alright. I hope that means I'm alright.
Yeah.
No, you're always chill every time I speak to you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily, not talking about you specifically, but doesn't necessarily
Very
mean
true.
you're alright.
It doesn't mean it.
No.
But I hope it means
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
No,
saying?
I mean, I don't want to say I'm like a king of vibes, but usually like your vibe is always, I'm cool. Every time I see him, he's always on a vibe. So I see that. Because some people I know, I don't know if it's a spiritual knowledge that I have. It's like, I'll talk to them and say, yo, something's up. And you're not being open. And one day you're going to pop. Like one of my friends, he was frustrated about the industry. He's saying he's been slept on, kept going on and on and on. Then he just broke down.
Yeah.
And throughout the months I've seen him and his rants on Instagram, I was like, you're going to pop. And then just started crying. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those ones where it's just like more I told him, like, you need to start having more conversations with me.
Sure.
Just let it out. Don't care if you cry. Just speak. Do you know what I mean? Feel vulnerable. I enjoy feeling vulnerable because that's how I create better ideas. You know what I mean? It's like I've been prideful, competitive, all sorts. And that's because I just, in my head, this is what a man's supposed to be. Do you know what I mean? But now it's just like, I feel great as a man who's more vulnerable to stuff, you know what I mean? Because it allows me, it's allowing me to know that, okay, cool, all my grass is not green. I got to still plant more seeds for the field to get those large acres of land, you know what I mean? To plant more for knowledge, you know what I mean?
Beautiful.
I don't know, I just freestyle.
You read that, innit?
You know what I mean? But yeah.
I saw you look at the back of your hand.
you know, No cameras. But yeah, man, and you've been going for therapy as well
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
man.
Because you were away for a while,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bruv, I've been traveling, like, I've been
Yeah.
out in the wilderness, right?
like on a true spiritual
But
journey.
listen,
yeah.
it's been mad, man. Just, I needed it, man.
Yeah.
I needed it. I feel like pretending to be good is really easy for men, man. Like really, really easy. So, definitely took some time, and it just, the whole. You know what? Therapy allowed me to be able to. Therapy gave me the tools to be able to go and speak to my friends.
Yeah.
One, you know what I'm saying? Like one thing that I was really good at was, if you asked me, like, I could have had the worst. A couple of things happened where it's like, yo, today was like the worst day of my life. You asked me, yo, how was it? Bro, it was cool, you know.
See it in your eyes, bro. When you repeated it, then I saw it come back.
You know?
What I'm saying?
Like the worst day. Oh, man, it was cool, man. Yeah, it was alright, man.
Yeah.
You know, exactly.
Yeah, no
but
doubt.
that pretense, and I didn't have, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the amount of time that I had. Also, like the care thing and not having really dealt with that and all that. So going to therapy allowed me to just find the place where I could be open with my people.
Yeah.
So that maybe I could just dip into therapy, but really I got all my therapists around me, my peoples that I would speak to and be open with, you know? So that's something that's really changed my life, man. Can't lie. Just being able to be vulnerable in that way with people that I know. Because you always feel like it's a burden. You don't want to burden people with your problems. So you're just going to thug your way through and just, that's what they're there for,
I
actually.
got one bridge and I just throw it all in the shoulders, bro.
Yeah,
I'll deal with
bro.
that.
Yeah,
This is yours,
I
take
need
it.
you. Yeah,
Take
I'm
it from
delegating
me.
this
Yeah.
burden to you today,
Sort
bro.
out.
For real, because
Literally.
the thing is,
And vice
I've always
versa.
been a person. Exactly, I've always been a person that takes.
Yeah.
Like, yo, don't, bro, don't. You should call me. Why do you call me? That's the first question. Like, yo, call me, man. Like, you know,
I say that to some random people sometimes as well.
bro. But
Bro,
that's a
throw it
reflection of where you are.
Yeah.
And how much you feel, because you know how much you can cope with.
Yeah.
You know how much you can put on your shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I feel great, man. I feel like I'm in a really good space, and I feel like also it's our responsibility. Even these conversations, it's crazy as black men to be sitting around the table having a conversation about, and you asking, how's your mental health, bro? You know how crazy that
Man
is.
hasn't asked me about chicks once.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Like, yo, that's important.
That how are you question is so important.
Oh.
But you got to ask a man twice.
Yo,
Bro, 'cause
exactly,
this
exactly.
shit- this
How
shit's
are
tough.
you, bro?
Like this whole game, like life, is tough.
That's just
bro.
one part of
Like
it. Like,
it's so
there's
tough.
so many aspects to it, bro.
Like when
For
you're a
real.
kid, you don't give a shit about anything. That's freedom. Here you've got so many things at once, constantly, and to find balance and to find sanity through it is very difficult. And that always starts with your foundation, then your people. It's like finding the right people just to unload on is like one of the best things. You know what I mean? So it's sick that we have that currently.
Also, like, I think with like the field of work, do you have a manager and a team around you banging? Because what I've noticed when being in a creative field, like if you're freelance or self-employed or however you want to like describe it, is that for a lot of that, it's just you in it. But if you look at someone in another field, like within like a more of a traditional job, or even in like sports, look at someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. Even though he might be the greatest footballer in the world,
He's got
he's got 10 other footballers who are what would in a normal job be your colleagues,
co-workers. Yeah.
He's got a manager, he's got coach,
He's got a
he's got a
nutritionist.
do you know what I'm saying?
Physiotherapist.
All of that.
PR, market, everything.
Agent. But then like as an artist myself, I'm just creating and like one, like you said, you found a mentor like Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest footballer in the world, still gets coached. Do you know how mad that is? How could someone tell him how to play?
You just touch on something. So mentorship,
Yeah.
bro. You know, I found that late in life. I'm like, I wish I had that earlier. You know, because it's so important, bro. Like to have someone who can be like, I mean, you're still gonna make your mistakes, and it's still important to make those mistakes. But to have someone that's gone through it and is experienced enough and cares about you enough to be, bro, yo, don't do that, man. That's fall back from that. That's it, you know. And I had that for a good while, and like I'm like when I didn't have it, when I did some things that I look back like, yo, you know what? If I had that person in my life that used to be like, nah, don't, like Tiger Woods, for example. I always think like he didn't have enough black people around him, bro. When he did that, when all the stuff came out with his wife, I'm like, if he had people around him or a person around him that was like, bro, chill, bro, or do all of that stuff, like the way it was this person, he was wilding. He's going crazy. And
even the voice note was wilding. Like,
yo,
it's like, bro, don't do that.
You know what's crazy though? And also with white women. And I was thinking, I just wanted to touch on this, right? Because I don't have an issue with who I date. If I find you attractive and we vibe, I don't care if you're blue. I mean, it might be problematic, but you know what I'm saying.
It might be ill.
Exactly. I was reading this article this morning about Childish Gambino because I just finished watching Atlanta.
I've never watched that. Shows are good.
Yo, it's
okay. I need to dive in.
So dope.
I need to dive in.
How many seasons are there?
2.
Okay, cool. I can catch up.
It's hilarious.
I can catch up.
Some
so well
ridiculously
done.
hilarious bits.
Yo.
And then sometimes it's like, is this even a comedy?
Trust me, it's crazy. The way it touches on culture, American culture, the black, all of that is so dope. And then it's just like surface. It's like The Simpsons. For example, like adults can watch it, children can watch it, but you know, you take it into it. Anyway, so I went digging and, you know, This Is America came out and it was all about blackness and all that. Went digging and found out that he's got mixed face kids and with a white woman. I think she's white, half Asian or whatever, but she ain't black, is the point. And I was thinking about like myself, like my ex-girlfriend was black, was white, girl before that was black. I'm like, okay, how much do we care whether, because you see footballers, I mean, you could probably name on one hand how many black footballers are with black women. Like think you even need to think about it because you're like, who black footballers are with black women. How important is it that people who speak about pro-blackness and who are like, yo, let's represent, how important is it that they're with, or that they're just not predisposed to women who are white? You know, that's just I don't like, I'm either way, I'm gonna date who I like. But I was just saying, it made me think,
how pro-black?
How
exactly? Do you then have to like?
I mean, it's like, because usually when that pops up, it's like there's people who focus and date white women but insult black women. Those are the guys I have problems with. But there's some who date white women but still pro-black because of their mothers, sisters, and everything like that.
But then there's guys that might date black women and not do nothing
for them. You know what I mean? So it's you know.
Do you know what I mean? So I think it really just, it's a lot about the individual because
100%.
Like you can be, we're talking about being pro-black, but you can be pro. What else can you be pro? Give me another example. You can be
women's rights,
pro anything,
pro gay rights, and not be gay. You could be pro abortion, or
for sure.
What's it called again? What's the term for it? Pro-choice. And have children, or pro-choice, or not have children.
For sure, that's a good point.
I think it really comes down to like how. I get it for the bigger argument. It's like you can't be pro-black and not have a black partner.
I don't agree,
but I think that's what the
masses would tell you. Yeah.
But I think it really comes down to what you're actually doing, because you can be pro something and not be of that.
For sure. Because when I was checking it, I just saw bare comments about look at this guy. He's black. This is America. Like he's it was a number one, and not a number one for the song. Because we can't remember the song. All we remember is This Is America. But you can't tell me a lyric from the song. All you can remember is the video. And that video is about the black experience in America. That's why it went to number one. And I think it won a Grammy, right? I think so.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did.
So then you see black women, especially, because you know, like, it's tough for black women, bro. You know, like all of these footballers, not to denigrate footballers, but they're the best example. It's like as soon as you. But I can see it because I remember when I was at Black Heath Blue Coat, in Blackheath, obviously, Greenwich, and it's just full of black people. The only people that I was around to date or whatever were black. When you're a footballer, you're in an environment that is like 90% white people. So it's skewed in that direction. I can see that. But then as a black woman, you're like, rah, what? You're black and I'm not even an option. You know? I feel like it's gone.
No, because it's like, it's so super sensitive. I don't know black women hold me up. But it's just like, No, I'm not going to say nothing negative. It's like, to go off the back of what you're saying, it's like the environment. Do you know what I mean? These black footballers are in white establishments, if you know what I mean, from how the Premier League was built, how these teams are built, from what they see consistently. In the NBA, you know their stories. All the predominantly black players come from the hood. They're with their black girls and they come up with their black women. It's like most of the top, all the top.
Are with black women?
Yeah, all the top. Jordan, LeBron,
Dwayne
Wade, like they're all with black women. Because it's that environment, do you know what I mean? Or with Latin women in that environment. Here it's like we don't. It's almost like, I mean, how many footballers from the ends have made it?
Raheem Sterling.
Yannick
Balassi.
Zaha.
Yeah.
And who are they with?
I don't actually know.
We don't know, but we know Raheem. It's like,
Raheem, is he with Batchet?
Yeah, he's with Batchet. So and he's like one of the best. So it's usually if it's from the ends, it depends how they're coming up with
Defoe.
You know what I mean? Defoe?
He loves a white chick.
Is he from ends?
Yeah.
Shit, I'm hungry, man. See that belly rumbling. But yeah, what I'm saying is, it's just like, yeah, I get it, but it's like, is it something? I don't think it's something that's forced upon. Oh, as soon as you're a top black footballer, you're gonna have to date a white woman, if you know what I mean. I don't think that's the case. If I made any sense.
No, it does make sense. I just posed the question just because of what we were talking about. Because I was reading it this morning, I just found it interesting. I wanted to see what you thought about it. But
no, it makes sense. I can't remember what the question was before you.
It's alright.
You went left. How do you guys feel about this current scene?
Music.
Yeah, music wise. Do we need more? I think I was talking to my boy about it. It's like, I feel as though we need more options in terms of sound.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I think there's loads of sounds.
There's loads of sounds, but there's a predominant sound that is there, and this is the only sound that people are chasing to make it.
Do you reckon? I think, but like music.
In terms of what's on the radio.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
But that's what radio does, unfortunately. And I guess maybe that's not a good enough answer. Like, but I feel like it's bare sounds. And as you said, like so much ways to access music.
Or do you feel as though it's being supported?
No, probably not, to be fair. I feel like what's proven
Should have ate,
that
man.
it sells.
If you hear my belly rumbling on mic, forgive me.
I think anything that's been proven to sell gets supported.
Yeah.
And maybe people aren't willing to take the risks on something that hasn't been proven yet. And then it's waiting for someone to
take that risk.
Yeah.
Be the first person to take
and then we're all going to support it.
Yeah.
So if that's an answer, is that an actual answer?
No, that's a good answer, I think. I feel like, I know what you mean. Like xylophone music, that's what you're talking about.
You're so spot on. That's the exact thing I say.
But
the xylophone thing is legendary.
But
in the scene.
You go to the shows, sold out, mate. It's a business, right? It's the music business, regardless of however you want to spin it or whatever. It's the music business. So yeah, you get, and they're making. There's the reason why they're signing people for 500,000, 250s, and big deals, because they know they're gonna make that money back. Like, you can put a song out on GRM or whatever and be signed at the end of the week for $250,000, because they know that in this climate, if it's a drill song or whatever, that's making the money. They're recouping quickly, and then they never have to. And it's so now, actually, I think the problem I have with it is that it's so not transactional, but that you never hear of them again. There were so many artists that come, and going back to the culture thing, that they get signed, they get their bag, but But at that age, 17, 18, they don't know what to do with that money. The people around them, they haven't, like, and the thing is, when I was at that age as well, I didn't know what to do, you know? So I wish that we had the infrastructure where there were people like G Fresh, he manages
Young Bain.
Like, and the whole what Disturb in London do, that's a black company, man. I want more of that, so that when we have these artists come up, they don't have to go to, I'm not going to say the names and that, because you know, I might have to get a bag.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But let's be able to do that ourselves, so that people aren't here raping us, man, because that's what's happening a lot of the time.
Records.
Having said that, though, let me not whisper it, there's some black people raping black people too.
For sure.
You know? So it's about just having the right people in those positions that you know, because like, for example, Diddy, everybody talks about Diddy's love and everything now, but we forget.
With the locks.
Yo!
Had them.
Buried them.
Yeah, you had them.
Not even just locked, buried them.
Yeah.
Just,
his contracts are crazy.
yo, crazy. But now,
As you
grow, exactly, you know? So let's have those people that have gone through the process be at the top of that, so that they can show these younger artists that, you know, actually come over here, I'm gonna give you $250 and you can make more money actually than $250, then you got to recoup that, and then you're sitting there like, rah, I haven't even got no shows, and my one song that I had isn't popping, the second song they don't want to release, and you know, so that's the only problem that I have with the scene right now, is that it's just like, okay, there's this person 1 week, done, this person next week, done, this person next week, and it's
so
not
quick.
sustainable.
No,
It's
so
not a
quick.
sustainable model, because it's short-termism. We're not breeding long-term artists to have long-term careers, because they're only investing in, well, they're not really investing in artists like that. They're just like, here, one song, okay, that's it. And then it doesn't matter what else you have, if it's a hit or nothing. There isn't that investment in artists on a big scale in a way that is going to allow them to have careers.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, there you go, that's your bag. That's not on a 17-year-old. Give them like 100,000. What are they doing?
Keep
with that?
Island, boy.
It's gone after tax. After you pay your manager, after you pay your lawyer, 100 grand, you got like 30 left. Then what are you doing with that? Exactly.
Kind of bust.
That's it.
But my man bought a yard for his mum, no?
Dino.
Yeah, but Dino, like Semtex. Semtex is my guy. Shout out Semtex. Semtex, that's his guy. Semtex ain't gonna have him out here like that. Semtex is
important, bro.
But say again.
Mentors.
That's it. Like, he's not gonna have him out here like that. He bought a yard for because he's got people around him. He's got an infrastructure around him, and he's not just had one song though. Consistently since
is he like 17?
He's 19, but he's been out for like since he was 16 or 17.
Yeah.
So he's been steadily releasing. It's worked. Then another one. It's worked. Now he's on his first EP. Like, he's got a structure and people around him that have seen him as, yo, this is working. He's not, you know. So that's the difference. Like mentorship. That's what we're saying.
It's important.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Do you think our scene's aging well? If you know what I mean. Because like in America, it's like now you're seeing how hip hop's aging into what it is in terms of
aging well now. And I think, actually, no, let me think about that, because the way I see the scene, where the point we're at to now, it came from jungle, which I have limited knowledge of, garage, grime, funky. Then
is that
pop
electrical era?
hip hop,
Yeah.
grime again, drill,
UK urban, if they want to call it that.
And
Yeah,
then now
drill.
we're at the place right now. But
Where are we at now?
we're at a place where everything is being heard, and I think we've always had it. Like, I remember a point where you could make grime, or you could make like, which was hip hop, but it was like conscious hip hop.
Yeah, conscious.
Just before like the road rap stage, it was either you're conscious, or you're making grime, or you're making like you're singing. And when that was that period of time.
Yeah.
But now we're still kind of at that stage where you got like grime, drill.
But it's split into like different. Gone.
It's like more like smaller like
exactly.
sub-genres.
Exactly.
But also, I feel like what I see the difference with hip hop and with grime is that like hip hop is recognized as the start of like that black, not the black sound, but the black street sound in America. Even though like R&B was before that, or what was it called, Motown or whatever the title of that was. Like hip hop is like the core. Whereas I think here, like, even though like we consider grime a core, it's not the top of the genre. Like it's weird. It's
I
like,
know what you mean.
I think that might though be hold your point though, because grime artists, whether or not they had to, went to do different styles of music and then came back to grime.
But then like hip hop artists kind of did that, but maybe not as wide. Like you had like, it'll be more commercial type songs where you get a girl in the chorus. Like you have like the Locks doing a tune with a girl, or someone like the more like shiny suits. The more like
they had like errors.
Yeah, and it's weird because I feel like the way I would look at it, and I know a lot of people don't agree with. I'd just say, bro, this thing is grime. Like that is the most UK sound, like the most organic one, and everything I feel like kind of came from that.
Do you think? Sorry to cut you. Do you think we hold on to the grime has to stay in this organic space, even though it's evolved, but they won't consider it grime, like the grime.
No, because we look at it as a genre where I think it's a culture. So as a genre, you've got grime, then you've got hip hop, then you've got drill, and so on and so forth. But for me, that's all come from one direction. Whereas we look at like hip hop's a genre and a culture, whereas grime isn't our culture. We don't consider this culture grime. I don't know what we consider this culture, but hip hop is the genre and the culture, innit? So I feel like, in terms of like an agent, like, I went on to 2 different points here, but I feel like, in terms of like agent though, like we look at our artists within this scene, and then we go back to grime and you see like Wiley, Dizzy, D-Double, but then before that you got like the Garage lot and the Jungle lot. The Garage lot are still out here. They're still doing shows. They're still, every year you'll get, every summer you'll get
EZ
Garage Nation and
doing Heartless,
Madness.
all of them doing.
Heartless will come
Filling
out
that-
every
filling that
summer.
festival.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas like there might be some other acts from around that time that don't have that longevity. So, but then we look at the ones from grime. Maybe there's more until like the resurgence of grime. I feel like the Garage lot was still mashing it up, whereas the grime lot kind of went kind of quiet.
But you know why that might be though is, you know, essentially everybody wants to have fun in it.
Yeah.
And when you go, you can't go to a grime rave every weekend. You can go to a garage rave though.
Dance up,
and dance it up every weekend if you want to. So, like funky, same. You know, funky doesn't have the same longevity. Like the funky sets in the club, short, bro. You know, but garage, Heartless can do it every weekend, all around the country. Whereas grime, especially the grime that we were making back then,
just wheel up.
It's not exactly. It's you don't want to do that every weekend, maybe. So, but talking about the aging thing, yeah, man, I just saw Kano do Royal Albert Hall, man. That's monumental, phenomenal. Skepta, look at what Skepta. I mean, I was thinking about Skepta's like path the other day. More recently, let's forget about the stuff before. Not that you can forget about it, but he just went on a different route, and now he's definitely a UK artist, obviously, but I don't see him in that way as a UK artist
like
anymore.
You see Wiley.
Like you see Wiley, or you see Stormzy, really, or you see, you know, these other big UK acts, because Skepta's very much got his own lane, and it's a universal act.
But the people tried to disown Skepta at one point. I don't know how on a large scale it was, but
that's what we do though.
Yeah, that's really tried to get rid of him.
It's crazy though.
He's a crackhead.
Man.
All of this stuff. You know what? I walked into a studio, a couple guys that you know, I'm not going to say their names, were talking about that he had sold his soul.
I remember this. I remember these times, these conversations.
And that he was doing judge and all this kind of stuff. And how does a man get made in the village? Like he's a chief in the village. Like it doesn't, you know. I look at it, bruv, that's just called success.
Couldn't understand it.
That's just called success. You know? A man, it's not like it happened to him overnight though. And it's like people can't understand like, rah, the man is doing so well. He's got a night deal. He's got, but that's like,
He's so well. He's working with the devil, bro.
do you know what I'm saying? It's like he's doing so well. You have to say he's working with the devil.
Yeah.
But that's what they say about Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the man's got got obviously not the same money or whatever, but you're putting him on that platform because he's doing so well. You have to associate with the devil.
It's
You
wild,
know how
man.
dumb that
Only
is?
way you could be that successful is if you're working with the devil, bro.
It's crazy.
And taking cocaine.
Do you know what I'm
That's
saying?
it. You can't do this off weed and Jesus.
Yo,
Weed and Jesus don't get you there.
Oh my god.
it's crazy.
100%.
But he's run, and it's still going. You know, like he's on tour now, Europe, everywhere. Track with ASAP, Platinum, crazy. He produced it. It's crazy, you know. And Wiley, obviously, Wiley. I don't even understand. Wiley's association with the devil must be so strong, bro, because the man.
He's had so many deals.
Yo, the kind of deals this guy gets.
He's had mad deals.
It's like deal after, and then he doesn't turn up for the video shoot, but then he goes to get next deal, doesn't turn up. But just, I don't know what he does, bro. The kind of judge.
Wiley's just he's an absent father who keeps making promises. The children just keep believing in him.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
legendary, yeah.
That's what he is.
Yo.
He's like, Dad's gonna come back one of these days.
Yeah.
and then he pops in just before your birthday.
You're like,
He's
yo.
he's like, listen, what do you want for your birthday? PlayStation? Cool. Tomorrow I will be here. Doesn't show
Oh
up.
my god.
Pops in again.
Yo, and you keep believing him.
Keep
Yeah.
believing him. And I think we gotta believe Wiley because the way I look at where this kind of came from, it's that's where it is. Wiley's in the core of it. He's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
heart of it.
Yeah, trust me.
He's kind of like got free reign to do whatever he wants.
But bruv, free
That's
reign.
unlimited power, bro.
That was crazy, bruv. But Gets is there, keeps strong, strong. All the time, coming with it. All the D double.
Wretch as well.
Yeah, Wretch just came with an album, you know, and everybody has gigs. Everybody has their position on that rung, and they're still doing it, and will continue to do it for maybe as long as they want to. Really,
That's what I'm saying with the way that Kano and Wretch have gone with their music. I think they've added another 5 to 10 years.
Grown,
Yeah.
man.
They've added another 5-10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm seeing it with Gets as well.
Yeah.
He's adding that
Because
to it.
they've done really 444. They've done what Jay-Z. They've transitioned into. I'm an elder statesman of this now. You know,
Which
so
we,
what
which
I
we
talk
never
about
had in the first place.
exactly. We
Now
never had
have
that
it.
because that's they're the first generation.
And that's difference with difference with the garage lot is that like Heartless and that they just giving us the same. Even though it's such
it's
they
a vibe.
got bangers.
Yeah.
They're giving us the same bangers every year,
Yeah,
and we're
yeah.
loving it.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas like Kano when they're dropping new music, they're growing with it, and I think like D Double is gonna fit more into like the Heartless.
Yeah,
Bro, 21 seconds will bang
Every
Forever.
time.
all year long. Man,
Every time.
That's to get played at weddings.
forever.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Forever.
that's bro. That's like Jackson 5 level.
Yo,
kind of tune.
But what's crazy is that this is like the kind of music, black music in rapping and MCing and all that. We don't have we don't have those generations. This is like Jay-Z is our top level. The other guys got killed, and over here, them guys that we just spoke about, they're our oldest elder statesmen. So we don't have we can't go a generation before to see how that. So it's exciting to see like, yo, these people at the age of like Skepta's 37, he's still there doing. I'm not sure if I was supposed to give man's age like that, you know? But he's
aging.
Yeah, exactly.
Aging well though.
But he's 37 and he's not a Heritage Act. He's not Heartless Crew where they have to do their old material. He just dropped an album. So it's like, okay, rah. There's longevity in this if you do it right. How long? But man can go. Jay-Z dropped an album at 44, 45. You know what I'm saying? The man's only 50.
That's so
That's
crazy.
old, bro.
You know?
But
But
when
you
I
say
see
that's
Jet,
old.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger. Man's 75.
they're still touring the world, bruv.
And they tour like all year. Tickets minimum 150 to go and see old
that
man
spread,
shake his leg.
Saggy.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Back in his top off still.
But that's what they could do.
Yeah.
It's banging.
As long as they want to, we forgot about Bizzle, who's just rich. You know, like all these men, they're like, Bro, I love them, man, because
It's good.
It's amazing to see.
Yo, the and just to keep going and keep going and keep going and reinventing the wheel but still being true to what they do. You know what I mean? Like Kano, he's gone.
At one point, 2011, this seemed like it was never going to happen.
Never.
Yeah.
And then 2011 was, no one speaks about it. This UK scene and some of our legends were doing some stuff that...
Some next stuff.
Bro, Kano has an album. Kano has an album that no one speaks about.
What's it called?
Methods?
Yeah.
No one speaks about it.
That album, yeah.
Kano has a great
discography.
Home Sweet Home. 140 Grime Street. London Town. Obviously, I think they had a mixtape, couple mixtapes. But then no one talks about that
because
no one talks
that was
about
the same time.
That was that dubstep,
spaceship,
switching spaceship.
Yeah, songs.
Yeah.
Wretch was doing it. Gigs was doing it.
That was a fucking mad time.
Like, you remember?
Yeah, but no one's and I like.
What was that? Was that unblacklisted? The man made a porno, innit?
Full blown porno.
Yeah. What was it?
All over the house.
All over the house.
All over the house. We don't speak about it, and I get, but they've managed to come through that. After that, like
that was a mad time.
That was a mad period. I don't know. Man were just trying to make.
But you know what it was? It's because they were like, rah, there's no way for me to get out of you know, like
making porn.
I just got
just trying to deal with the devil, making porno, bro.
Yo,
mate, that was a wild era.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, did you was it? Do you think like Tiny, not like birthed the whole porn industry, but like that sound, because he came out with it as soon as Pass Out came, I think it was from the Pass Out period, from Hip, Tiny Temper, Labyrinth, and who's the third guy? Light skinned guy, rapper who worked.
DJ.
Ironic.
No, Ironic. Yeah.
Phaser.
Oh, Chip.
Nah, Master Shorty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Master Shorty, that whole period. From there was that like the birth of that
pop sound.
That pop sound.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're forgetting the Godfather. You can't leave the Godfather out of this. Tinchy, bro. He started it.
Oh, very true. Yeah.
It was him and N-Dubs.
N-Dubs.
Yeah.
Snaked everyone. they did it. They did that pop kind of music,
but they did it well, bro.
Yeah, they did it very well.
That's what they were, man.
And it worked.
Yeah, what's the dude? The main dude for N-Dubs.
Dappy.
He's sick, man.
He's a bar.
He's sick.
Rap.
Yo. You know,
he's
and he
heavy.
can sing. And he can, you know, now he's back doing...
He's transitioned well as well.
Doing the xylophone stuff. You know? Like, play the game, innit? Gets signs a deal, 300 grand, nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, Tinchy, definitely. And now, Tinchy's a heritage act.
Yeah.
He goes and performs, does these little shows. Little shows. That sounds weird. Does his shows.
Yeah.
And but he can still eat off the career that he had before, you know?
Yeah.
It's just that he didn't transition in the same way as the rest of the lot.
Yeah.
Kano, Retching,
they
Gigs
transition.
leading that for me right now.
Yeah.
Gigs has had like, I feel like
the most recent album.
I haven't really been feeling Gigs much recently.
Really?
Yeah. A couple features. He kills features for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know what I'm waiting for him. I don't know what it is. Like, maybe just... I don't know what it is, but whatever Kano and Wretch are doing, this more soulfulish kind of sound with a Yard influence here and there. I'm loving.
Like, you feel the culture when it comes to those guys and the sound and the lyricism and everything like that. I asked this question on the first episode, but it wasn't answered in the way I thought. Like, can Tiny transition into this space?
I don't think so.
Why do you think?
Because I think he's had his. I just think he's had his moment. I think he's had it. Like he was like the grime act bubbling. Just he was never like the top grime guy.
A lot of them didn't rate him at that period.
Yeah, he had the wifey rhythm and that. So he was just doing his thing. And then when he dropped Pass Out, that for me that blew everything out of the water. Like that blew everything away. And even the sound of it, how that sound is so original.
Oh, 100%.
I've never really heard him attack a tune
in the same way,
in that same kind of manner. And yeah, it just had it was like one of the leading songs in like that little culture shift. And I just think that that was. Then he had this period. I don't think no one's really checking for caring about Tiny. Like maybe
That's
let's say
crazy.
like a Bashy. If Bashy was to come back, maybe there are other acts that I reckon
Bashy's project would be interesting now, actually.
that people would care about.
Yeah.
I just don't think.
I think it's the. I feel you. I feel like he could if he wanted to. Does he want to? You know what I mean?
Doesn't want
Yeah.
to.
Like why would you? If you're a brand, he's a brand. They built a brand. You know, so he can take it beyond the music where maybe he doesn't even make as much money from doing music now. It's like if you won the lottery and you won 50 mil and you were struggling as an artist or trying to, would you continue that rat race or would you just go and start investing in different things and just live your life? If you know, I'm not. I'm just asking like you've done, because if you look at American acts, like look at Rick Ross, he's got the franchises, the Wingstop, Nelly with the apple bottom jeans. All of these artists, they ain't really checking for music no more. They make more money off doing Ludacris, like doing movies, because you can do one tour and get 20 mil, or you can do 1 mil and get maybe not one tour and get 20 mil, maybe get 5 mil or something. Do one movie and you get big bags. You get the same bag maybe from doing a movie. You know, it's like, is music really? And Jay-Z, he didn't make $1 billion off music.
No,
that was like his stepping stone, but.
Dr. Dre,
same thing, you know? And now, like, okay, if I want to put out an album, Kanye, same. Like, I've got shoes now. I put out an album when I want to. If I miss the release date, I miss the release date, like, you know? So I'm like, when you get to that stage where you've done what you do, and the passion for it wanes, bro.
Yeah, because it's a young man's game, man.
Yo, the passion for it wanes, especially if it's like, you can see that the reception, people are waiting for you to fail. Because I feel like that's how we feel with Tiny. People don't really want to associate him with. They don't want to give him actually the props that he deserves.
He's not the man of the people.
They don't want. He's not the man of the people. It's crazy.
Why do you think that? Like he's not man of the people.
I just feel like he just. I don't know personally. I just like sometimes I just don't feel like it's just things aren't for everyone. Like Cristiano Ronaldo is meant to be the greatest baller,
but he's not a man of the people. Bro.
He's not a man of the people. Like there are other ballers, but you're just not gonna get to be Ronaldo. You could be De Bruyne, you could be Suarez, like you could be great, but you might. We don't talk about Suarez ever. That person, innit?
Yeah.
Like, cause look at Stormzy.
Yeah.
Ability wise, there's guys that are better than him
for sure. But he's a man of. He is the man of the people.
We love him. We need him.
The man of the people.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so he can, if he was to go away like Tiny, the people are waiting for him to come back.
Just to wait for album,
And maybe like if Getz was to go away, Kano went away.
We
wait because of his ability. We're waiting for him to come back. I just don't feel like.
You know what it is? I feel like we feel like they're rooted in the culture.
Yeah, I don't feel Tiny has that. Other than Parcel, which was a huge shift in terms of the music, I don't feel like he's offered anything else personally as like a personal level. I don't think people are inspired by him as an individual.
As a black person.
He just doesn't connect with, I just don't feel like he connects with people, and I've never heard his name mentioned. We just mentioned names. You said heritage acts.
That's why I mentioned it, because I didn't even hear his name. I was like, right, it's like, you know, it's a name that's not.
Think about it. No, and that wasn't even a slight. It just, he wasn't. But he's a massive, like, 2009, Pass Out was what, 2010? Or around maybe the same year or something.
Yeah, around the same
time. I didn't even think of it like that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
but
9-10.
He's more important than Tinchy. Maybe not in terms of, but he's more important than Tinchy, for sure. You know, because he's had more number ones than any other UK artist, black artist. He's had 6. 6 number ones, bruv. Swear down.
Fucking superstar. We sleep on him.
Bruv, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't get the respect that he deserves for what he's achieved. He's had 6 number ones, and that's including as featured artists, though. But you can't take that away from anybody. 6. I went to see Westlife. Don't even ask me. I went to see Westlife. A couple of months ago, they were touring. They came back. You remember Westlife, innit? Came back touring.
Trying to draw us out with.
Yeah, I know you know.
You know, flying without wings. That was a big tune. You know them.
Back in the day, we would bang them, innit?
Yeah.
Bro, 14 number ones.
4-0.
14.
Oh.
Even
14.
one
That's
four.
mad.
That's
Yeah.
a whole album of number ones.
They had 14 number ones. They came back, no album, came back, did O2 like Drake numbers times, Birmingham arenas 6 times. This place, that's what 14 number ones gives you, right? Double that number and add 2 for Tiny. Yeah. That's like perspective for a black person as well. Yeah. It's crazy. I feel like, but we don't. It's like, yeah, you say that, but you'd be like, yeah, but at that time he had the deal. There wasn't really anybody on it, you know. And it's just, I think it's a culture thing, man. Like that blackness that Kano represents. You talk about Yard, like the influences that you can feel it. Like, bruv. You know what's crazy? I had this conversation with one of my guys like a little while ago. Wretch. Bro, the man's got dreads.
Dreaded up.
The man has got dreads, bro. Who, like, there's no other bigger way of representing, like, he's got dreads, at blackness, like, at the forefront of this thing. He's got dreads. And that was from Wretch that did songs with Example and big songs, you know, like all these big songs, man was like, but I feel like he just left that behind and was like, you know what, I know my core audience, I know who I am, this is the music I want to make, I can do shows, I can whatever, I'm going to do this, I'm going to grow my dreads and be happy. And that's not for everybody, but you can't associate that same intrinsic feeling for the black experience, I always say, with these guys, some of the other guys, you know?
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Yeah. So with these like new acts, how do you think they'll age?
Dave is going to go.
Oh my God, Dave's different beast.
Dave is gone. I think that's one of the only ones that I think will have that Kano Wretch longevity. I don't really listen to the newer acts much, especially like, so I can't really speak on it too tough, but I just look at what people that can do a body of work.
Dave's up there.
100%.
Shaylingo. People that can do a solid body of work. And I think that's I think even though we don't speak about it and it's never at the top of the conversation, somehow it's in the back of everyone's minds that what we really care about is a dope album. Like, and that's just because you need an album. I feel you need an album to solidify yourself in a moment of time, for sure, or a big single like Pass Out. Yeah, because you could just be there barring and being dope, but if you don't have nothing to kind of
like a time capsule or something,
time capsule, I feel you kind of get left behind. And I think like there's many artists that are dope today in the moment, but I don't see a lot of them having the substance to have the longevity. And you said it before about like how music changes. And a lot of artists might be doing what's popping at this moment in time. And that's just not going to last.
For sure. Yeah. I agree, bro. I agree. I feel like, of course, as well as the fact that they're not even given the opportunity to have any longevity in this way, because it's such a singles, even though we don't class them, it's crazy. We don't class these songs as singles. Like, who's the guy that drops all the dances with the songs? Like he had Russ. Gunlean. But there's another guy that has had like 3 songs and they've all had dances. But we don't even think like, oh, that's a single, because I think our minds have been so removed from like the single and album. It's just like, yo, man's like, it's the dance. We don't even talk about, have you heard the guy's new single or whatever? It's just like, yo, you heard that new whatever. But it's a single based market now, like you were saying. So there isn't an opportunity. No, everybody, like labels are giving 5 single deals. And then it's like, okay, after the 5, we'll see what happens. And it's not like, we used to have 2, I had two with an option for an album. That means like 2 singles. And then if they do well, you get an option for whatever. 5? 5?
Straight hits.
5? You better come, you got to come with 5. Yo, imagine, 5, the pressure. But it's like, okay, well, so, okay, you had 1, you got a second, okay, cool. Who's next? That's the process that we're in now. So, I can't tell you, like Dave, I mean, the way they ran his everything and him as an artist anyway is amazing. But the way they structured everything, like he came with the first track that he did with AJ.
But Thiago Silva.
Like that. That's where he started, yo. No, he started before that, but that's what popped. That's what blew
Do you know
him.
who manages him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you know,
yeah.
But great management doesn't mean that you're going to make it.
But I think his teams say.
Of course it is. Yeah, we know
Yeah.
that. But you can't take away from him as an artist because, you know, they can manage a shit artist.
Yeah.
But he's
But
not.
they couldn't do that, yeah.
He can rap because he was killing. I remember he killed a
Yeah.
Black Box freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe a BBC something or other.
Yeah. He's dope.
And
He's dope.
Yeah,
So
he was-
no, you can't take anything away from him.
Yeah.
And you don't even want to. You know, you don't want to try
Yeah.
in that way where it's like, but he got,
But
nah.
you take it away from Tiny.
Exactly.
It's
know.
deep. It's
crazy.
it's just
But you know what
unfortunate.
though? Maybe that's down to the whole success thing again.
Yeah.
Maybe that's down to
Fucking the devil as well.
yeah.
You
Maybe
just can't handle it.
it might be like, yo, he's just been too successful. We can't allow that. We can't absorb the level of success that the man has a festival every year in Ibiza. Every year, you know, like he's that level where he runs that and he has the most popping artists from the UK coming to perform at his festival. You know, like he's front row at every fashion something or whatever. He's very successsul.
Did we see Tiny's journey from Wifey Rhythm to Pass Out?
I feel like we did though, because the dude was like we knew that he was
From Channel U and everything like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, he's from Ends. He's from Plumstead. You know, like we all saw that. Everybody saw it. Everybody
But
knew
It
it.
didn't feel like, I remember like back in the day you'd have artists and it'd feel like they would be banging on the door from the underground to the mainstream.
Like from seeing freestyles on phones
Yeah,
and stuff
they've
like
no
that.
leg
Like
just
you seen it
banging
like
on the door. I'm from West, innit? But I never really felt like Tiny was banging on that door. And my Tiny journey goes Wifey Rhythm, Pass Out. That might be mad ignorant. But he's from your ends. So you
To be fair, that's the journey though.
yeah.
Wifey Rhythm, biker dude or something, biker girl,
Boys, I
well,
think.
something like that,
Yeah.
and then
Wifey
Pass
Rhythm,
Out.
no, Wifey Rhythm, Hood Economics, because he had that tune, Hood
Yeah.
Economics. Then
Then
it went
Biker
to
Babes.
Biker
But that's when he got signed, and that's
Yeah.
normal because he had a massive. Wifey Rhythm was massive,
It was massive.
and then when he was doing festivals around that time, it's mad, bro. Pandemonium. Remember the chicks? Like they'll be there for the dude, and then they signed him. Normal, because that's what was happening with other. That's what happened with Chip. That's what, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like abnormal, but for some reason, I think we're still trying to pin it down though, because for some reason,
He doesn't get
it just doesn't. He just doesn't get the flowers like he's supposed to.
The stats wise, the numbers wise, he should be in all these conversations. But maybe it's just, I don't know, man. I just never really took to him personally. So that's my opinion on that.
I think that's the case with a lot of people. I think at the time you would hear people say he didn't deserve it because there were other people out there that were spitters
Barring,
and barring and doing all that.
Yeah,
But the truth is, French Montana, from the Coke Boys to now, he doesn't even spit. And he's the most successful he's ever been in his life. From what was that? Unforgettable. Like that's the biggest song that he's ever had in his life. Can you write a song in the music? But nobody wants to hear you spit on. I mean, now it's a bit different. To be fair, like Stormzy comes and he spits, but he's still got hooks. It's songs, bro. It's songs that do it. Like you start off. I don't really want to go onto radio and do a freestyle anymore. I've done my time. I've done it, you know, like if I'm promoting something, then yeah, fine. But now I write differently too. I write songs now, you know? So it's like, even the bars that I'm writing, I'm like, yo, let me go. I'm going to have to draw for something I wrote a little while ago to go on radio and spit that because you write differently.
You write 4 songs.
You write 4 songs, exactly. Because now when you do shows and there's loads of people on and you got to perform those songs, I do not want to stand there, spitting bin there, like all these bars that I used to write because I'm just going to be out of breath. And you're not going to, there's no audience you write differently, you know? And when you're tiny, you made that transition faster. You understood that faster. There were so many little hooks in Pass Out that made it, and Frisky, that made all those songs ahead of their time, written in the stars, even though they're pop. But as a writer, he was putting hooks in the verses.
Fast was amazing.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like he understood that so much faster than other people, blew the song up, and then what's he supposed to do? Go back to being underground? It's impossible. And then you bring that like full circle to now. Is Stormzy the Tiny of our era? Why are you saying no?
Stormzy's the chosen one, bro.
I'm talking about in terms of the music. I'm talking about in terms of like
filling the position. But I think he fills it in a way where he brought the people with him. You know what I mean?
With him. And
he brought the people with him.
Yeah.
Like I've seen Stormzy's grind. Yeah. More than I saw Tiny's one. Because you're right. At the time when Tiny blew up, in my head I was thinking, "Right, this should not like this should be someone else, but to come up with a banger like that with like the production behind the video, the push that it had, everything. I at the time thought that was someone else's position. Like when Dizzy got to where he got to, it felt like your turn. But imagine it just someone else just got that, but it looked like everything was saying like this Dizzy's the one. Like Stormzy is the chosen one. Like he's got the people with him. He covers so many different aspects of it. Like it's just maybe he is the Tiny because
you know what I mean though. Like somebody because you know he's a brand himself. You know, and the relationship he was in, like that wasn't arranged or anything, but that's like top tier level. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce, Jay-Z kind of situation. So when you look at it in terms of people, like who's in the tabloids, who you going to see in the Daily Mail?
Yeah, just Stormzy.
Just Stormzy.
Yeah, maybe Skepta.
Maybe with a
picture.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. but that's the level that Tiny is at. Yeah. So I'm like of that superstar.
Dizzy, Tiny, Stormzy are bigger stars.
Dizzy doesn't fit in that bracket for me. In superstar level, he doesn't have the same brand association.
Don't you reckon?
Nah, not the same brand association. In terms of who he is and what he represents, and like a founder of, but not in terms of like superstar. I don't think he's a superstar.
Is it because of how he carries himself?
I think, like I'm talking about, to be a superstar, you need to be globally and brands want to work with you.
Brands,
like you know that you getting endorsements left, right, and center. You could be at the fashion show. You're in the tabloid newspaper, like paparazzi waiting to take your picture and all this kind of stuff. Superstar.
Okay,
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
those two, and then maybe. Yeah, Skepta would be superstar. Yeah, under the radar superstar. Yeah. You know, but those two. Superstars. Okay. I would say.
Oh, cool. Well, that's that. People gotta go. Yeah, so let everybody know your socials and everything like that.
Got it. Oh. Yeah, Adian Coker. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
You got music coming out?
I don't tweet. I have got music out, bro. We're just mixing right now. I'm going back to Paris next month to finish mixes. January, let's go again. I've got some music that I've done for other people coming out too, but
sick.
I'll let it come out when it comes out. Adian Coker, Instagram, that's all I use though.
J King the artist. I'm on all the socials. Just painting. Watch me paint some pictures.
Sick.
Group shows, exhibitions, some stuff coming up. The Art of Sounds. Yeah, man. J King the artist.
You can follow us at Art Meets Music on Instagram, Art_Meets Music on Twitter. Ignore the shouting in the back. It's a bunch of people. Be sure to share, like, comment. That was for you, Mum, because you did remind me. All done. Thank you for listening to episode 3. Done.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to stop that.
You're Ice Logic, just press the space bar.
So we're done.